go to work. It just freaks me out. It's actually more comfortable for me to think about living out here, robbing banks, pharmacies, just taking what I want for as long as I can. At least it'll be exciting. It won't be boring. And I don't have to worry about Lynette or Kayleen. And everything will be taken care of. It'll just be me. So, well, it's about 2 weeks before we finally drop out of society and fully commit to this. This is probably going to be my last video until after that. I just wanted to get one last video in before that time. So far, I'm come to terms with it. I'm doing okay. It's starting to accept it. It doesn't really freak me out anymore like it did sometimes.
Holding his handheld camera as he walked through the secluded Cascade foothills in Washington, Peter Keller glanced at the lens and remarked, "I used to sit here thinking, this whole thing is crazy." Clad in a simple gray sweatshirt, the 41-year-old could easily be mistaken for a casual vlogger by any onlookers. "The more I thought about it, the more it made sense," Peter continued. "I don't really feel bad about it. It's just how things are. I won't have to worry about Lynette or Kayleen. Everything will be taken care of." But Keller wasn't your average vlogger. He may have documented his day-to-day activities like any other social media star with a camera. Still, he was revealing something far more sinister instead of filming shopping hauls or quirky. In his video diaries, Keller detailed his plans to murder his 41-year-old wife, Lynette T., and his 18-year-old daughter, Kayleen. He also recorded the process of building a hidden bunker in a remote forest about 25 miles from his Seattle home. This was where the father of one intended to retreat after taking care of his beloved family. Keller, a computer refurbisher by trade, had filled the bunker with 13 firearms, boxes of ammunition, countless cans of beans, vodka, and gasoline. He believed he could live there undetected for years. Peter Keller's plan for survival. He talks about how he's going to reinforce the roof so he can hide, and says over and over again, "I might get caught. I imagine I'll be caught. But if not, I could easily live here for 6 months, then I'll get away that way." Keller prepared that escape route.
Well, this is the end of the day. I'm getting wrapped up, getting ready to leave. I don't know if you can see me, but kind of one last look at everything. That's my fireplace, wood stove, whatever. Pretty dark. Now we're going upstairs. This is where most of my supplies are. Pretty well stocked up. My window. Looking down on the wood stove. And that pretty much wraps it up for the day. So I've been up here about 7 hours. That includes hike time and work time. Pretty exhausting, a lot of work, a lot of hard work. So it'll take me about an hour to get back. Use up what little energy I have left. And then I get to start the 2-day recovery process.
He's so practical and proud, almost like, yes, this is my plan. It's going to be great. And that plan, to murder his wife and daughter who loved him, was just horrific. In some clips, Keller explains how he will rob banks or chemists to get money to survive after murdering his wife and daughter. He doesn't give a specific reason for wanting to commit murder. Instead, he repeats that it is an act he has to do which would mark the end. In 2012, the quiet suburb of North Bend, Washington, became the site of a true crime tragedy when Peter Keller, a seemingly ordinary middle-aged man, committed an atrocious act that devastated the community. Keller, a survivalist vlogger, murdered his wife and daughter before vanishing into the dense forests of the Pacific Northwest. Born on February 5, 1967, Peter Keller grew up in what appeared to be a normal family in the scenic town of North Bend. Surrounded by the lush landscapes of the Pacific Northwest, Keller was known as a quiet and introverted individual, giving little hint of the darkness that would later consume him. Keller's life took a significant turn when he married Lynette, with whom he shared the highs and lows of life. The couple welcomed a daughter, Kayleen, and to those around them, the Kellers seemed like an average family, living a typical suburban life. However, beneath the surface, a dark obsession was growing, one that would lead to a horrifying act of violence. Over time, Keller's behavior began to shift. He became increasingly withdrawn from social activities and developed a fixation on doomsday scenarios and survivalism. This growing paranoia drove him to construct an underground bunker in the woods near his home, which would later become the scene of a horrific crime. Unbeknownst to his family and friends, Keller was living a double life. Outwardly, he maintained the appearance of a regular husband and father, but internally, he was consumed by fears of an impending apocalypse. These fears ultimately pushed him toward unimaginable actions. On April 22, 2012, Keller's facade collapsed. In the early morning, he coldly murdered his wife and daughter in their home, then setting his house ablaze, but was unsuccessful. This allowed authorities to recover a hard drive with photographs. They discovered one grainy image that appeared to have come from the bunker, which authorities believe Keller had been working on for 8 years. This happened when police responded to a fire at Keller's home in North Bend, Washington, east of Seattle, led responders to the bodies of his wife and daughter, who had both been pewed to death. A detective enhanced the photograph, Sergeant Larson said, then used triangulation to estimate where the bunker might be situated. Interviews with people who said they had seen Mr. Keller's pickup truck parked near the head of the trail, at Rattlesnake Ridge, also helped lead authorities to the correct location, police sergeant said. But officers, fearing that Keller was armed and that the bunker could be outfitted with traps, did not enter right away. Authorities traded shifts over nearly a full day, sloshing across the slick, steep terrain outside the bunker. It's mud, it's rain, it's felled trees, police sergeant said, a crime that shocked the community and left neighbors struggling to comprehend the horror in their midst. Following the murders, Keller fled into the surrounding wilderness. A massive manhunt was launched, with authorities using search teams and advanced technology to track him down. Despite their efforts, the dense forests of the Pacific Northwest provided Keller with enough cover to evade capture for a considerable time. During the search, investigators uncovered Keller's elaborate underground bunker. Stocked with supplies, weapons, and survival gear, the bunker revealed the depth of his paranoia and the careful planning behind his escape. Its discovery only heightened the community's unease. Peter Keller's story serves as a chilling reminder of the hidden darkness that can exist within seemingly normal lives. As the community grappled with the aftermath, questions arose about what could drive a man to commit such unthinkable acts against his own family.
It's just going to be a point of, go as far as I can. I do have my escape, and that's death. I can always shoot myself, and I'm okay with that. So I'm getting to the point where just trying to live and pay bills and live as a civilian and go to work, it just freaks me out. It's actually more comfortable for me to think about living out here, robbing banks, pharmacies, just taking what I want. for as long as I can. At least it'll be exciting. It won't be boring. And I don't have to worry about Lynette or Kayleen. And everything will be taken care of. It'll just be me. So.
Peter Keller's motive for his crimes, which included the murder of his wife and daughter, appears to be rooted in his desire to live a survivalist lifestyle completely detached from society. He meticulously planned the murders and his escape to a bunker he had built in the mountains over several years. His actions and writings indicate that he was disillusioned with society and had long fantasized about living alone in the wilderness. The crime was not driven by immediate anger or financial gain, but rather by his desire to start a new life according to his own extreme beliefs and philosophies. The tragedy underscores the importance of mental health awareness, community support, and addressing the issues that can lead to such devastating consequences. Thanks for watching, and let me know what you think. Leave your comment below. Click that like button and the notification bell. We upload videos every week. Take care.